So I feel like this is one of the most important videos I have made up to date. I'm Battlefield Central, and if you want more Battlefield exclusive content, be sure to subscribe. It's free and you can always unsub. But be sure to watch this video until the end so you can get the whole information here. And I will also ask for 1,000 likes. 1,000 likes is simply so crazy to me, and I thank you so much. But anyway, let's talk about an important topic today. There has been some Battlefield 6 leaks about gameplay, and I wanted to give my own thoughts and all the details to you about it, and they have originated from a private anonymous forum. He claimed to be an EA dev from Vancouver, and I can't stress enough to actually watch the full video. But I worked on the last gen of versions of Battlefield 6, so PS4 and Xbox One at EA Vancouver, along with many other studios working on it, which is really interesting. You know, we do have a lot of studios working on it, but why? What source do you have to back that up? But let's continue onwards, shall we? Now, the EA dev is actually saying it will be a Battlefield game for 4 to 5 years at least, because instead of making new games, they will try to update this one, maybe spin-offs later, but this is the next gen game basically. So what he said by that is this is gonna be the Battlefield game that's gonna be alive just like Fortnite with constant updates, and then we might get like a Bad Company 3 or Bad Company 2 remastered and so on. Here's the fun bit. They learned quite a bit from failure or lackluster reception of Battlefield 5. This is why they have so much content on launch polished as possible. And they did say they will polish the game, right? They did say we are working the best we can on the game, and it's probably most likely gonna be one of the best polished games and most advanced ones in the Battlefield genre. But let's check what he talks about the game details. Currently, the game has a single-player mode that can be playable co-op and designated for co-op experience, so you have AI partners. And something I have been talking about is AI partners, right? Basically Bad Company 3, but not in the same team. More serious, like a Halo team that plots World War and AI drones mass surveillance. Really interesting, because something that I have heard is that the World War III theory was actually denied. And he also said there will be some kind of AI drones and mass surveillance. Now, what about the multiplayer? The multiplayer is something you will play a lot, right? So multiplayer is changing a bit to roots. There's no spawning vehicles like Battlefield 1 or Battlefront back to the original style camper vehicles. They hate they changing back, but feedbacks from test audience and community force them kinda back. And why exactly would they do that? We know EA actually listens to the DICE and Battlefield community, and we know that, you know, responding back to the old changes of the vehicles is a pretty controversial topic, and it's pretty much a downgrade in my honest opinion. It might be better to you, but overall the community thinks this is not such a good idea. Anyway, not so bad. Now what about destruction and Battle Royale? Destruction is something that returns back, but you can destroy objectives like Battlefield Bad Company 2, still much better than the issues in the last game. So what does this exactly mean? Does this mean only a few buildings are destructible while the others cannot? Does this actually mean that we can destroy all the buildings except the objective ones, just like something Tom Henderson has been talking about in his video before he got suspended on Twitter? But what's really interesting here is this is and are the same things and features that Tom Henderson, the famous Battlefield 6 leaker, was actually talking about, and is now the same thing actually, but in a different prospect from a different source, from inside source as said. Now, what about the Battle Royale? This will be integrated into the main game and later a free-to-play trial option. You can access within multiplayer menu, so it's just another mode, and this is the same thing as Modern Warfare. Now, Tom Henderson has also been talking about this, also about a few more leaks, and it's a really important note here. There is no confirmation of a Battle Royale, but every single leak we got hinted somehow at the Battle Royale, really, or some type of free content. How true this is, we still do not know. To me, it actually still seems a bit more of extra information about the Battle Royale. However, it seems like it will kinda copy it in Call of Duty, maybe in a different way, in a different scenario, but the base idea is the same. Now, the reason why Warzone got so popular and Modern Warfare is because Warzone was free. It drew in extra players, which would later on be converted into actual long-term players by buying Modern Warfare. But he worked on the PS4 version specifically. Last-gen machines have very limited physics. It's really a pain to bring this game from PS5 to PS4 and downgrading it for that matter. So it definitely makes sense to me that they're working on last gens as well. Simply put, there is not enough PS5s out there to actually be working just on the current gens, really. So last gens will definitely get some type of Battlefield. Now also currently the game runs on a dynamic res, mostly hovering 720p 60 fps, sometimes 900p on quiet arenas. Best expect 720p 60 fps basically on base machines and lower on Xbox One. The thread has since been archived and you cannot reply anymore or add any statements to it. But listen, now we're getting to important parts of this video, so please focus here. There are a few inconveniences by this post, and I wouldn't make this video unless it got seriously popular yesterday by my friend Skizzleax. And I want you to show what his thoughts were on this simple leak.
Have a battle royale mode, have destruction, because that's gonna be its unique selling point, because no other battle royale has that, and if you're gonna be the first one to have that, I think it can be really good. I worked on PS4 versions specifically. Last gen machines have very with all these basic spelling errors. Not sure I buy this, man. That is the thing though, but you gotta understand that this man might be working for real, like might be actually working on this game, and his first language might not be English, so it could be that as well. Before we get to number one, so far all these leaks sound basic, but that in my opinion is a good thing, right? Because whenever something sounds too good to be true, they're gonna be revealing it starting spring, and spring starts starting March. A lot of starting words out here, right? But it starts on March 20th. And I really think that we're gonna see the reveal trailer by the end of this month or early next month. It seems plausible. And in June, we're gonna see EA Play. We're gonna have official gameplay. And I think that's when we're believe in the Battle Royale leak. I believe in the last gen port. I believe in the single player being like co-op. But the biggest leak here is that this is gonna be the game. This game is gonna be there for 4 to 5 years. This is the one that I'm kind of sus about, right? Like only time will tell us whether this is legit or not. But share your expertise.
And I feel like me and Skizzleax actually have a lot of common thoughts about this, but I feel like there is a lot being missed out here, especially the origin and poster himself. But I feel like this is a lot of things that have already been leaked before and now are just kind of scrambled in. And really, we will have more Battlefield games in my honest opinion, considering this game won't be updated for 4 to 5 years. It might be updated for 2 years. It might get another studio to work on it and support it while a new Battlefield game is being developed. It would only make business sense wise for EA to actually release multiple Battlefield games in the following years. What makes even less sense though is how he talks about Battle Royale. Why would you play a Battlefield game without destruction? Makes no sense to me. What would make this game different except the vehicles in a Battle Royale without the massive destruction, the massive attachments, and so on? While I do feel like Battle Royale, last gen console versions, and so on, what Skizzleax said is true, there is something that really stands up with this post. This post was actually locked, which means it was locked by the moderators for a reason. And the second thing that is very, very obvious is how low effort this post actually is. Now, if we check the top comments, there is something that really stands off. That is the link in the title post. No promised leaker would ever do that. Now, what's even more fishy is the top comments accusing the person of actually being the same person that did the post and create up hype. Now, it got half downloaded, half uploaded. And while I do believe a Battle Royale is happening, I feel like most of the context in this post is actually just added from Warzone feature. And I feel like why would DICE actually make the same things as Warzone? Yes, it's okay to actually get inspiration, but I feel like Warzone and Battlefield are two completely different games, even in Battle Royales. But hey, that's the point of it. Every single person can have their own opinion, and that's the beauty of it. But hey, by the time I'm posting this video, it should be 12 days or so until start of spring, and this is where the hype begins, where we get actual information and more. And I'm just about to reach 10k subscribers, which I'm super thankful for, and I would appreciate if you subscribe. You can always unsub, I promise. And yeah, I'll see you until next time. This is Battlefield Chapter. Be sure to check out my other videos. Thank you so much for watching.